And today, we still have our Weather Authority alert day in effect for a few more hours. Still looking at some rain falling, but most of it is already taken care of. And same thing with a lot of the snow towards the north. This is moving towards the northeast. We have had some power outage reports, but at this point, there is not a lot of rainfall left over. The northern tip of Pocahontas County has got a little bit, but other than that, a lot of us are staying pretty dry and will stay pretty dry through the rest of the day. Now, we are looking at some power outages. That's mostly been a little bit further off towards the east, although in Roanoke County, there were some reports earlier on. Looking at Amherst, most of the places that do have that are staying under 1,000 for the total amount of power outages, but let's do a check-in if everything wants to cooperate here. Let's do a check-in with what's actually happening. 800 in Greenbrier County right this minute, and further off towards Amherst County, sitting at 500. Those should be handled in the next couple of hours. Zooming out to go along the length of this storm, haven't been a lot of power outages, some a little bit further down towards the south, and even where some of the storminess in Florida was earlier on, that hasn't had too many outages that are still lingering right now. As far as ice buildup has gone, we've gotten some pretty decent reports, and Bradshaw is kind of the winner right now with a quarter inch. Now, there was a report even higher than that earlier. I kind of waited to see if that was going to verify. It looks like it's not. So somewhere around that 0.2 up towards 0.25 inches is where the top end is. Boone's Mills at 0.2, Vinton at 15 hundredths, Burnt Chimney at 13, and then Newcastle at 0.09. Even Danville, which wasn't likely to get a whole lot of ice, saw 400ths of an inch, which, still is enough to make you slip if you're standing on it. Storm reports across the region are mostly freezing rain, although we did have a couple snow reports way up towards the north. A lot of the snow has stayed on the western side of those slopes. That's going to be the case with any new snow that we get in the next couple of hours. Most of that freezing rain was concentrated from Blacksburg up along kind of the 81 corridor towards Roanoke and further towards the northeast, extending down into North Carolina as well, further towards the southwest. Now, through the rest of the day, we're going to dry out. This is what we looked at noon. Since then, a lot of that has moved up towards the northeast, and it's pretty dry. When I was heading here, there's plenty of rainfall, and there's not much left over now. We do stay pretty dry through the night, but as we get towards Sunday morning, there's some snow accumulation in the highlands on those western slopes, and same thing in the NRV. These are those same spots that kind of always show up when we have a mountainy snow shower situation. It's going to build up some. It's not going to be super impressive there. It's going to try to make its way over the mountains, but it has a hard time actually doing it. But you could see some flakes in that Craig, Giles, Blaine County area as well. As we get towards 5 p.m., still going at Pocahontas and Greenbrier, but a lot less further towards the southwest. Now, on this future tracker for accumulation, don't look so much at the numbers, just kind of where it's actually building up. I don't think we're going to see necessarily up towards 8 inches towards Snowshoe, but some accumulation, multiple inches there is possible. Whitfield's going to be pretty light. Hot Springs stays light. Around White Top, I don't think it's going to be quite that much either, but just know that those spots are going to be a bit more consistently snowy. Might even end up seeing more snow than some places did today. I also wanted to show you the visibility future tracker because there's a lot of moisture to go around, and as we cool down, not all of our low temperatures are getting to 32, so we don't necessarily have a ton of limited visibility, but there's enough mist to make things less than perfect. Between noon and 4, things have gotten a lot better. As we go into the next couple of hours and our temperatures start to cool down, some mistiness can work its way in. So Whitfield's looking at some low visibility up in Hot Springs, then South Boston, Martinsville down towards 4. Again, it's really once you get towards 0, 1, especially that quarter mile piece, a lot of a mile down the road is fine. But looking towards midnight, we've got some extra fog built in from Martinsville all the way up towards the north. And then that's going to spread out as we get towards 6 a.m. So expect some mistiness through the NRV along the Carolina border and south side and in the highlands early on Sunday. That'll mix out pretty quickly, especially with how high our winds are going to be looking at Sunday. That's the main story behind the front coming through. Winds are going to pick up towards 20 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 coming in from the northwest. Not really bringing in a whole lot of cold air, but enough to keep our temperatures pretty similar between Sunday and Monday. On Sunday, we're largely in the 40s with Roanoke, Lynchburg, and Southside trying to get to 50. Not exactly warmer on Monday. Most of our highs are pretty similar. In fact, in Lynchburg and Southside, and even Roanoke, they're staying about the same. What I do want to make you aware of is that after Monday, we've got another system coming through, which is likely to prompt another alert day. So just be aware that we're going to have some busy weather as we get to the middle of this week. Today's flip potential pretty low, especially at this point. A lot of the rain's finished up. Not too much there. Not too much Sunday either, zooming out towards Nashville and around the country. On Monday, another system gets going, brings a flood risk along the Gulf Coast states. And then on Tuesday, it moves further towards the east. And it's got a rather large level 2 risk that extends from parts of Georgia all the way up into Massachusetts, and a level 3 risk, which takes a lot for the WPC to put out in the northern part of New Jersey. So it definitely goes to show there's a lot of moisture headed our direction. That's even going to continue up into Wednesday with a light flood risk in Maine. Most of us looking at 1 to 3 inches. So quite a bit of rain headed our way. Tonight we come down into the 30s, but not all the way to 32. Be aware that there could be some refreezing, especially down towards the southeast. But it's not going to be nearly as icy tomorrow morning as it was this morning. Sunday temperatures can warm up pretty nice. It is still breezy in the afternoon. Monday that wind eases off. Temperatures are about the same. Get your errands done then, because the rain comes on Tuesday and it's looking like we'll get some flooding across the region. After that, temperatures dip on Wednesday. We are going to see a little bit of an increase in temperatures on Thursday, but then we've got some showers coming again Friday night going into Saturday. So lots happening as the week goes along. At least today is mostly taken care of. I'm going to check in with Lauren to see if there's any questions for today. Other than that, have a great afternoon. All right, are the temperatures still climbing for today? We're adding on a little bit of heat, but it's not exactly impressive. While highs over the next couple of days are getting to the 40s, today most of us are mid to upper 30s. It's enough to melt the ice, but not enough to feel too great if you're going outside. All right, what's next? All right, looks like that's everything for now. So again, stay safe and inside for the rest of today. Sunday and Monday are better. For Tuesday brings rain our direction. Bye for now.